Today is 6.2. Hooray! That's right. We will be graphing lines and similar things. So, how do we graph y equals 2x? So, good. mx plus b, where b is the y-intercept and m is the slope. So this one has a y-intercept of 0, and then the slope is 2 over 1, so up 2 over 1. How do I know it's up and then right? Right. So we read from left to right. So we're always moving from left to right. So up would be up to the right, and down would be down to the right. That is not the case. Okay. How do we graph this one? Y-intercept is -1. So down 1, 2, 3 over 1. And there's the line. Okay. Number 3. Now we have a fractional slope, but the process is the same. We start at 3, and now the rise is -2, so down 2, and the run is 3. That would be my slope. Okay, how do we graph the line when it's in standard form? You can convert it to slope-intercept form if you want, but there's an easier way. We just want to know what is the x-intercept and what is the y-intercept. How do we find the x-intercept? You plug 0 in for y, and you get -3x equals -6. So divide by -3, and I get x equals 2. So that's my x-intercept. Then what? Plug 0 in for x, and y is -6, and then draw the line. And what if we do this, and I get x equals 2/3? How do I graph 2/3? No, if the x-intercept was 2/3, you have to touch this button here, and it says plot a point anywhere, and you could type in 2/3, 0, and it will put a little dot right there for you, and then you can use that dot. So to find the x-intercept, we cover the y and solve for x. To find the y-intercept, we cover the x, and then y is just -6. Yeah. Oh, is it not going to let me go on? Okay. How do we graph the line x equals -1? So this says no matter what y is, x is always -1. So for instance, if y is 4, what's the x value? -1. If y is -7, what's the x value? -1. So basically, we want to graph every single point where x is -1. What is that line going to look like? It's going to be straight up and down, like this. Okay? What if it said y equals 2? That's going to be straight across at 2. I broke it. So, like that. Okay. So this is super easy. Find the x-intercept, find the y-intercept. That's a piece of cake. For 7, find the x-intercept, find the y-intercept. You know how to do that. Just plug 0 in for x, plug 0 in for y. Same there. Okay, graph the line whose y-intercept is -3 and x-intercept is -8. And then the last problem is find the x-intercept and the y-intercept and graph, which you guys already know how to do. That's it. Get to work.